Recording is on. Okay, recording is on, just so you're aware. Okay. Backup video going. Emma, you're very out of focus. Is there something on your lens of the camera? Okay. There's one more person coming. It's Paula. Okay, I'll start. So when you're not talking, if you just have your microphones on mute, okay? Otherwise we pick up all the background noise. Okay. All right. Okay, I'll send the video out and probably on Monday for you guys, okay? So, all right. So welcome to Manifest Your Soul Purpose. I'm Nicolas David Ngan of the Centre for Consciousness Ascension. So the purpose of this webinar is to share a manifestation tool I use in conjunction with Divine Healing to manifest what has now become a global teaching business. Most importantly, to help you guys access that hidden special thing you've all been seeking your entire lives. Okay, that's what this is about. So I'm going to, first off, just get a feel for who's here and what you need from this. And then we'll talk about how we're actually going to do the process. Then we'll actually do the manifestation process. Okay. So I'd like to hear from the guys who have been brave enough to show themselves. Just basically name where you are and what's brought you here and what do you need from this. So we're setting intention here, okay? We're setting group intention, and that will guide me in the way I run the webinar, okay? So who would like, and if you have got the video on and a bit shy, it's okay, just type in the chat and I will read it out later. So who would like to go first? Aluna?
I'll go first.
Who's that? Lynn.
Lynn McCarthy.
Yeah, go for it, Lynn.
Hi, I'm from Newcastle, New Hampshire, and I have been an energy healer for a few years now, but I feel like I need more of a focus in my practice, and so I'm hoping that this might guide me to that.
Thank you. Who would like to go next? Okay, Aluna.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah. I'm Iluna from Brighton in the south of England, and I did the training about 5 or 6 years ago, I can't remember, for the soul contract reading. And because I'm going to do a refresher in October, I just want to plug in now and just, you know, get back into the feel of it all.
Okay, thank you. Who would like to go next?
I will.
Okay, Paula.
How you doing? My name is Paula. I'm from Surrey. I have a fair idea what my life purpose is. I've been doing a lot of inner work over the last couple of years. I'm just at the point now where there's a lot of directions I could go with it. I just need to find, I suppose, more clarity on how I step out there and do it, really.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, who would like to go next? If you just mute Paula so we don't get any background noise there, that'd be great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go next.
Okay, Karen, you're very far away, aren't you?
Yes, I'm in Australia, South Australia. I've done Divine Healing Level 1, and I've done other modalities, and I'm just don't know where I'm going or what's happening. So, yeah, so just wanted to join in and just be a part of it with everyone.
Okay, what time is it there? 2 in the morning?
Yeah, 1:45.
Very brave. Now that's dedication, people. Okay. Real dedication. Thank you. All right. Who would like to go next? Okay, Annie?
Hi, I'm Annie. I'm from the New Forest in England.
This is my first webinar with Nicolas. Came across Nicolas's work on Gaia.com. Love it, Nicolas. I've already booked my first appointment with you. So yeah, all this is very new to me, but your work really resonated with me. I've been feeling for probably coming on to 2 years now that there's a big change coming from me. Seen lots of different healers, but I've just not been able to shift this one block. Came across Nicolas's work and went, aha, this may be it. It really resonated with me. So I'm here, really not too clear on what Nicolas does, still learning. Yeah, good adventure I'm going to go on, I'm sure. Thank you.
Okay. Well, what do I do? In summary, the Center for Conscious Ascension helps you align to your true soul purpose and clear all the ego programming in the way of manifesting that. It also helps you clear the blockages to opening to higher consciousness, which is why we call it the Center for Conscious Ascension, so you can ascend in consciousness back into unity. So it's a summary in one very long sentence of what we do, and the rest is detail. Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good. I want some of that. Yeah. That's why I'm here. Thank you.
All right. Okay, who would like to go next? Anne? Yeah. Go.
Yeah,
Then Regina.
I found out about your program through a friend and did a session with her, which was pretty profound. And so I wanted to sign up for the session. So I'm signed up for June and looking very, very much forward to it. And I feel like I'm on the road to my soul's purpose, but I just, looking for clarity and making more progress in that direction.
Okay, right. The main thing is to have good intention of where you want to go, even if it's not fully clear. I didn't know what I was meant to be doing for a very long time. I thought I was getting clear what I didn't want to do, but what I was meant to do took ages. And it's revealed to you layer by layer. You don't get some big biblical slab saying, and you're here to do this one day. You get slivers of the slab and gradually you put it together. So
makes sense.
All right.
Thank you.
Regina, you had your hand up there. Yeah.
Hi, everybody. I'm Regina. I'm in Florida, and I've done this couple with you before. And process started in 2018, just like this rapid awakening. It's super intense, a lot of stuff happening. And now I have, Nicolas, when you just said it's not clear, it comes layer by layer and we put the slivers together. That's what I'm doing here, putting the slivers together. I know I'm here. I know I'm a light worker. I know I'm here to help the earth. I know I chose my childhood to train me to be here at this time. I know all of this. I just don't know where to go, what to do with it. Am I supposed to write? Am I supposed to teach? I don't know. So I'm getting clarity, and I catch as many of these with you as I can, and hopefully that can contribute to the group consciousness, and we'll go wherever you go today. I'm good.
Okay. Well, I'm not even sure where we're going to go today, but we'll see.
There you go.
Okay. All right. Who else wants to say hi? Is that Seda? Do you want to say hi? You raised your hand there.
Hello,
yeah.
you all.
Hi.
I've been on my path since I've been a child, and it came a lot more stronger for me 2012. So I know where I'm going, but for me it's more about, and I know my chart as well. I've got it here.
Yeah.
And it's more for me being confident and showing myself on live, right? Showing myself on, like, I know when I go on YouTube and I want to do, like, I'm a sound healer and I chant, I do a lot of things. I'm multitasking and I have helped many people already, but it's about pushing myself out there and saying, yes, people are going to hear me. And it's a confident thing for me.
Oh, well, that's good practice to show yourself on a live webinar. Where actually are you, Seda?
I'm in Canada right now. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. Anyone else want to say hi? Okay, Emma. Okay, the sound's on. Give it a shot. Just try it. Yeah, I don't think your sound's working. Maybe just type in the chat and I'll read it out later. Anyone else want to say hi? Angelica. It's just have to unmute there on the bottom left if you're on a computer, or it's going to be a button somewhere on the screen. Let me try it from this end. Hang on. Let's try now. Yep. Can't hear you. It's not. Don't think it's working, the sound. Just put something in the chat for us, Angelica. Anyone else? Or we will start. I don't know. I'll just wait.
This is PJ.
PJ.
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
Hi,
PJ.
Nicholas. I've been on a couple of calls before.
Yeah.
I'll get my camera on here in a little bit. But I've recently started to study more energy work and energy healing and feel like that's a good complement. And I'm working in a local metaphysical store.
Yeah.
And kind of, been asked or called, I suppose, to teach in different ways. So that seems to be, what people ask of me is to teach things. And so now I'm just wanting to learn more about that and more about the ascension process and what all's out there and how it's all connected.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Okay. Emma has said to me here, I would like to find confidence and to have more courage to be seen and be able to communicate what is inside and believe what I see inside my name. What I see inside my name is Emma and Devon. Okay. Do you want to try again, Angelica?
Is it working now?
It is now, loud and clear.
It was just a setting problem.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, I'm in Sweden and I don't really know what to expect from this, but it was just a sign from the universe, I'd say, because I'm just reading your book. And then I just had an email about the webinar today, so I signed up. So yeah, just here seeing what what the universe wants me to know.
All right. Hopefully you're in the right place. So, yeah. Okay. Anyone else? No. Okay. We'll start. So, Zoom keep upgrading themselves. So hopefully I do okay with sharing the screens. I had a few little glitches in the past, but I'm going to try and share the screen now. Okay. So let's have a look. Okay. So this is a public YouTube video as well, just so you're aware of that, because a lot of people can't make it because of the time zone difference, so they'll watch it later. Okay. And the webcams have probably gone to the right, but if you can drag them around, you can see these 4 different settings. You click on the right hand setting, you can see as many webcams as possible, and you can also drag it to the left, and you can see everybody who's actually got the webcams on as well. Okay. Still figuring out how they work this thing. So, are you here to help the world? Everyone got their hands up? Everyone, put your hand up if you're here to help the world. Yeah, probably why you were born. And each light worker has a special gift of service in their soul. And this is the strongest drive we have to actually, just going to adjust my camera. The strongest drive we have is to find that service, and deliver it to the world. But usually we have a lot of emotional blocks from the creation of our ego, which make it difficult to manifest it. So it can be pretty frustrating. I felt from a very young age that there was something important I was here to do from I was a teenager, and went to school, I went to university and work, and no one was really giving me the answer I was looking for at all. So I thought something's wrong with this place. It's not quite right. So what we're going to do here is that we're going to today clear the emotional blocks to manifesting this service, okay? And this leads to a much more fulfilling life as you start to deliver that gift of service to the world. Even if you're not clear on what that is fully, it'll gradually come just by having the intention. This work is all about intention here. Okay? And feel free to ask questions at any time as we go through this. So, I'm going to teach you a process here of how to manifest your gift of service, okay? And even if it's just a concept of a gift of service, you're not fully clear what it is, it will gradually get you there. But I want to talk about a few principles of how this manifestation process works. Okay, how many of you guys have watched The Matrix? Okay, yes. All right, so The Matrix is a metaphor for what this reality is. This is a projection, it's a hologram. It's a projection of consciousness, okay? And you're in a waking dream. I don't know whether you're in a tank of goo, but you're definitely in a waking dream, okay? And in terms of manifesting your purpose, your soul purpose, you need to get to where the energy is being projected from your higher consciousness, from your higher self. You need to move from the third dimension where we are in the matrix up to source, access this energy in order to be able to manifest your purpose. Because what happened was that source here, all that is, Mother, Father, God, whatever you want to call it in the spiritual sense, it wanted to grow, it wanted to know itself more. So what it did is it, in an out-breath of itself, it expanded itself from the 12th dimension, which is what we'd call it. It expanded itself and it densified parts of itself through all the dimensions, all the way down, 5th, 4th, down to this 3rd dimension here. All right. And so what happened was that it had an out-breath of itself so that parts of itself left it. And it got to the point with us down here in this reality that we forgot that we came from here. We went completely asleep. So when we wake up in these bodies, we're born into the world, and initially we believe this is all there is. There is nothing more. There's life, then you're dust or whatever, or you may be have been more awake. And so we believe that this is all there is, none of this stuff exists at all. All right, so this is called a game of separation from spirit here. And it's not possible to manifest your purpose until you start to access the high consciousness part of you, where your purpose is basically stored in higher dimensions. So the key is to dissolve the ego construct of who you think you are here. I'm just going to pick up another diagram here. The key here to manifesting your purpose is to dissolve this ego onion here. I'm going to change color here. Find me a different color. Key is to dissolve this ego onion that we build up from being born, because we must have a sense of separation from all that is, otherwise we wouldn't seek out source, we wouldn't seek out to go home, which is what we're actually doing when we're looking for that purpose. It used to be in the universe that on incarnated planets, everyone was connected to God consciousness, so no one actually did much, and so therefore source didn't learn much. So this veil was put in place of unconsciousness, and this is in the form of our egos. So under the ego here is formed by those of you familiar with the work, the soul contract, the sounds of your name. You choose those, and that basically creates your reality out of the law of attraction, and it creates this ego onion. And buried inside this ego onion is your true self. And the key to manifesting that purpose, the deepest soul purpose, that thing, that gift of service that is precious to you, is to peel this onion layer by layer. Okay, so you get back to the pure you. And as you peel that layer by layer, which is what we're going to do a bit of today, then you can unleash your gift of service. I've got 3 screens here. So as you start to peel the ego onion, this is what happens. You start to cut a pathway back to higher consciousness here. You start to access higher consciousness, which is where your mission is stored. You start to get access to it. Because this is like an interference zone of energy, of astral beings and energy, which is designed to stop you from accessing source, stop you getting back home in consciousness. So in order to manifest your purpose, you need to open up in consciousness to source, higher self. This is the part of you not embodied here. And then connect with that energy. Connecting, because what you're doing is you're basically accessing your multidimensional self, then call down, command this to come down into you in this reality to manifest whatever is in divine order for you. You cannot get anything from this reality, because this is a projection of consciousness. This is like a 3-dimensional projection screen. So you cannot pull energy from this reality to create something for yourself. But if you access something which is in alignment with your higher self, your soul wants to take you, the soul's the part of you embodied, the higher self's the part of you not embodied, then if it's in alignment and you are clear enough, you've peeled enough your ego onion here, then this can start to manifest and project the energy here and manifest things in your reality. If it's in divine order, it doesn't mean you're going to get the Ferrari and the secret. Most people don't want one anyway. But you can get whatever's in divine order if you're clear enough. So the key things to manifest your purpose is to connect to higher consciousness so you find out what it is. Clear the ego so that you are clear enough as a vehicle to open to higher consciousness and connect with it and not be at the mercy of the ego. And then call down whatever the divine plan is for you. Call down elements of that to manifest things in your reality. That's the core process of how you manifest. Okay, so when we feel separate from source, then what happens is that we can't manifest anything because we believe we're limited, a limited being. When we connect to all the oneness of source, where we no longer feel separate, which is what we're going to do today, then you can draw pretty much anything to you if it's in divine order for you to have it, and if you feel worthy enough and clear enough to receive it. They're the key things there. So it's how you feel, not what you think. All right? In terms of how you feel connected. So we're going to create that sort of temporary connection to source. Yeah. All right. Any questions so far on that? Everyone okay with that idea? All right. Continue. So.
Hello, Nicolas.
Yep, who's that? Just say who's that?
Yeah, this is Ishmael.
Hi, Ishmael.
How you doing? I have a question. Would you have any indication?
Are you comfortable to turn your video on? Then I can connect with you more. It's a bit easier then.
I'm not actually at a place where I could.
Okay, that's all right. Just
yeah, no problem. I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
No, what I wanted to find out. Even though you have to clear the layers off of the onion, wouldn't you get an indication, or wouldn't you attract certain things in your life that will, show you certain indication that you should be in a particular place? Does that attractive factor still exist, or would you have to peel off the onion layers in order for you to actually see any clues or whatnot of what you're destined to do?
What happens is that it's a gradual process. Okay, I'm trying to find another diagram here. Is it in here? Where's my diagram? Here it is. Okay, so this is a very important diagram, this one. I'll explain how that works. Most people, this is you, most people are in the small human ego, the limited consciousness of the ego, and are following the path of the ego, which is the path of suffering. I'm just going to turn off something else here, which is making a lot of noise here. So, most people are on the path of suffering because they're following the ego, which is not very good at discerning what is true. Half the time it gets the wrong things wrong in life, as you found out. So you follow the ego, which is very unconscious. It leads to the path of suffering, which is what most people do, because we're designed to go to sleep down here. As you peel the ego onion, Ishmael, you start to access higher consciousness. And as you start to access higher consciousness, it guides you to start to do something different here, to start to follow what we call the spiritual signature. This is a thick line here. And this is where in each moment is one right action to take. And it's the action that, it's the option that opens your heart the most. Not what you think you should do, which is the ego, but what opens your heart the most, because the soul communicates through bodily sensation. And if you follow your heart as it opens to different options, you start to converge on the spiritual signature. And as you clear your ego more, which is what we do with divine healing, you converge more and more to the point that you're following the signature moment by moment. You're not thinking your way through life, you're feeling your way through life. And so we use divine healing here to converge on the signature, and that's when you start to follow the path of bliss rather than the path of suffering. This is what Buddha was talking about, the path of suffering. And as you start to follow, sorry, Ishmael?
No, I said okay. I know, I was listening to you.
Yeah. So what happens there is that as you start to follow this flow, you start to open to your flow of abundance because you're more aligned with the soul purpose. Okay? Because you, by this stage, sorry, you're going to say?
No, I said okay.
Yeah. So as you open your consciousness up and peel that onion, your consciousness expands into the vastness of spirit. So you're accessing more divine intelligence. And if you allow it to guide you, you start to do this. And that means you're aligned to your soul purpose. Plus, life is flowing for you in all sorts of interesting ways. So this is the key journey to take as a light worker. All right, on the spiritual map of life. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Okay. So in terms of knowing what this path is, that's where we have the soul contract reading work. Okay, so you're asking that question, Regina. So if you work out what your soul contract reading is, which you can do from the book, Your Soul Contract Decoded, this will tell you what this path is. And converging and aligning on that is the key. Most people are not doing what they're meant to do. We always get the opposite of what we're here to do. I used to sit in a glass box in the city in London, working for a global telecommunications company nearly 25 years ago. But I left because I started following this flow here. The energy was to leave and do something completely different. Okay, Angelica, do you have a question? Yeah, finger up there.
Yes, thank you. I was just wondering, because I work with helping, women develop their spiritual side as well, but I have always like a sense of, I suppose my question is, are there certain sort of milestones that you can reach that you've set out for yourself and then you won't get any further without more time passing? Do you understand what I mean there? Like, because sometimes I can feel like I work a lot with myself and then I sort of hit a limit and then certain time has to sort of pass before I can go any further than that.
It depends on what's on your path in terms of the soul contract. The key is to work through all the karmic aspects in your contract. That is usually what gets people stuck, because most people turn away from the big challenges in their karmic patterns, therefore they get stuck. And the idea is to turn into those patterns and transmute them, which is what we use divine healing for. Because within the transmutation process, the gift within your karmic pattern will emerge. And that's actually part of your soul purpose. So the last place the ego wants to look for purpose is in the biggest challenges we face. And that's actually where the gift is. That's why people get stuck, because they go at 90 degrees to where they're meant to go, so therefore nothing much happens. And they may stay stuck their whole life.
I'm just thinking, like, are there like certain challenges that I might have set out for me not being available for me to work through right now that's gonna come further on? That's what I mean. It's like, are they available all the time, or is it like milestones through my life that I have to sort of work through them?
The soul will unfold the challenges in the right order. The onion peels in a particular way.
Yeah.
And you can't know what it's going to do next.
No.
Okay.
Okay.
There's a particular unfolding the soul does. It triggers certain patterns. You notice how some things keep repeating themselves for a while. When you've got the lesson, something else starts happening. This is something, okay, you got that layer, now let's try something different.
Yeah.
Okay, this is how the soul works. You can't figure it all out in advance. The ego cannot work this out.
No.
Yeah, it's not possible to work it out that way. I think someone's chatting to me here. Let's have a look here. Okay, I'm just going to unshare because I think there's a chat message here. Okay. All right. Okay, if you guys are typing, if you could just make sure you're on mute because we're hearing the typing here. Okay. So divine order, Regina, that means what is the next optimal thing for you to experience?
So is that like the same thing that you guys were just talking about, like in soul's time and what Angelica was saying as far as like milestones and stuff? Is that like in divine order when it'll happen when it's supposed to happen?
It'll happen when it's supposed to happen.
Okay.
That's what it means. All right. All right, let's continue. Any other questions before I share the screen? Okay, I'm hearing someone's text is going off or something. Ishmael, I'm going to mute you, okay? So, the thing is, it's about surrendering to the flow of spirit. Even though the ego will want to stay in control initially, the idea is to have complete ego surrender to the flow of that signature, spiritual signature. Because when that happens, your life does unfold because you've surrendered. Can you guys still hear me? If you can give me a thumbs up if you can hear me, something's happening with the sound here. No, okay. How about now? Yeah. There's a bit of a glitch. I could zoom see there's a glitch in the sound. Okay. All right. So this is not about thinking your way through. It's about feeling your way through with the heart in terms of getting to purpose here. Let's continue. So, right. So what we're going to do is that we're going to do a meditation where we're going to focus on purpose and start to manifest it, even if it's just to say, let me get clarity on purpose, okay? So, and when that happens, what we're doing here is that we're going to connect to the oneness of all that is, and then temporarily in the meditation, and then what you're going to do is that you're going to, within that oneness, start to attract to you what it is you're here to really do, all right? But in that process, the ego will try and prevent you from doing that. It will throw up ego programming, which is designed to stop you getting there so you can work through these programs, work through the layers of onion. Basically, the onion is going to start to show itself as we do the process. So what we're going to do as it starts to come up is that we're going to bring consciousness, whoops, sorry, wrong button. I'm trying to find my pen here on the other screen. we're going to bring consciousness to the layers of the onion, these issues which are coming up, to stop you from manifesting your purpose. So it's about bringing your willingness, desire, and courage to feel the issue here. Because if you can feel it, it could be, for example, the fear of manifesting your purpose, you can heal it. This is the principle we're going to use with divine healing here. Because divine healing comes from source. It's based on asking, you shall receive, and the idea of it is to get you home to source in consciousness. Right? It's designed to peel that onion as quickly as possible. So this is what we're going to be doing. I'll give you a bit of structure, then we're actually going to go and do it. The ego will put this sort of turquoise energy of ice, emotional ice and numbness to stop you feeling the issue, because it wants to defend itself, because it wants to maintain its programs in place. Because what you can't feel, you can't heal here. But what we're going to do is, with divine healing, we're going to do this. We're going to, in this group, bring consciousness here to the issue and feel it. Because once you feel it, what starts happening is that spirit starts to bring energy, brings grace down, energy of grace. It starts to release the programming. So by focusing on what you wish to create in life, most of us were initially programmed to focus on all the things that were not right with us. And because of the law of attraction, we just got more of it. But by focusing on what we wish to create, anything in the way of that manifesting is going to turn up. And we're going to start to feel it. Okay? And once you feel it, and we'll use what we call command codes, or we'll be doing this together, we'll start to clear some layers so you can start to get to that soul purpose. Okay? So here's how this process works. All right, so I'm going to give you a run through, then we're actually going to do it, just so you got some structure here. First, we're going to center in the heart space. Then I need you to set the intent of what you wish to create as if it's already done. All right, it's important to have no negatives, because if you focus on a negative, like I no longer want to have bad people in my life. That's all you're going to get is bad people. So you got to be clear, focused intent of what it feels and looks like, what you want to manifest in terms of your purpose, or it could be something else. All right, and let go of the ego chatter here and resistance to your manifestation. And then we're going to connect with oneness by doing what's called a unified chakra meditation, where I'll lead you through that. We're going to expand our hearts out, all the way out to source, through all the 14 chakras above us and below us and all the way below our feet. So we become one with all that is, temporarily. Because in that space, that's the most powerful way of manifesting. And then what we're going to do is we're going to use this 3-phase manifestation process. This is based on, what I've done is taken Manifest Your Destiny book Wayne Dyer wrote, and I've added wrapped divine healing within this, plus enhanced the process with the other light body technologies we use, okay, to make this much more powerful. So we're going to be in this unified field of being at one with everything. Remember, when you're at one with everything, you can draw to you from the oneness, whatever you wish. If it's in divine order, if it's meant to come to you. So we're going to breathe. There's 3 phases of this. Normally you do this at sunrise and sunset, because the change from dark to light or light to dark is very powerful in terms of manifestation. And on the description of the YouTube video, I'll leave you all the resources on how to work out where sunrise and sunset are for you precisely. It's much more accurate, the tool I'll give you, than the normal internet sunrise and sunset, which can be out by 20 minutes. So this is for sunrise here. Okay. So initially we breathe the manifestation from our base chakra, which is our creative center, up through our pranic tube to the core of us, up to our crown chakra. And normally you do this for about 7 minutes, but we're going to do a shorter time, I'm just teaching how to do this. So you breathe the manifestation up, the feeling and the visualization of how that is as if it's already done. Because with manifestation, it's not you don't worry about how to get there, you go to the final state you wish to be in. Then you let the universe work out how to get you there. Because remember, you're a spark of the divine. You are God who forgot who you were. And so now you're moving, now you as a spark of the creator are starting to create. All right? So the creation is happening. Your life is creation in action. It's not happening out in space. It's within us. Every living being in the universe is a spark of the creator creating. The creator having this very intense emotional experience in the body. So we go from the base up to the crown chakra, and then the second 7 minutes goes from the base to the crown chakra, then out to oneness, out to everything. So basically you're commanding oneness to manifest whatever it is in your heart, whatever your soul wants you to manifest. And you feel as if it's already completed, and you feel what it will be like to have that happen. You could be sitting in a new house, or you could be teaching, or you have a teaching practice running, whatever it is you want, you truly desire. And the thing is not to think about how to get there, otherwise the ego will try and limit it. So you could be feeling happy, grateful, joyous, relieved, whatever it is. Just go with whatever feeling comes up, because that's as if it's already happened. Then the third cycle of 7 minutes is where you breathe from the base up to the crown, out to oneness, but you're feeling gratitude as if it's already done. Okay? And that gratitude opens the heart, and that opens an almost direct connection to source, and it bypasses the ego completely. It bypasses anything interfering in the way. So you open a direct channel to source, and that's when stuff from source starts to come down and project into you and body and start to create things for you. Okay? So we'll do a few minutes on each one, just so you can learn this. So the most important thing here is that what we're doing is that instead of focusing on all the things we don't have in our life or don't like about ourselves, or whatever feelings are coming up from our soul contracts, we're focusing on where we want to go. And at that time, it's really important to be fully present of what the ego throws up emotionally for you as a result of focusing on what you desire to create. So what we're effectively doing is we're ambushing the ego in a nice way. We're going to what we want, and it's going to show itself. It tries to keep all its programs hidden, but it's going to show itself, and therefore once it shows its programs, you start to feel them, then they're right to be cleared, which is what we'll do afterwards. Okay, we're going to use divine healing to clear these programs that come up. Is everyone clear on the process there? Any questions on that? Okay, now there are some questions. I'm just going to switch to the chat. I have to stop sharing the screen to get the chat. Hang on. Okay. Okay. Is it Emma? Not sure what you want. I'm not sure what we want. How do we manifest? Not quite sure what you mean by that. Is that you're not sure what you want to manifest? Is that what you're saying? Yeah. Okay. So what's in your heart, Emma? Think about that. And if you're not clear on purpose, it could be you want clarity on purpose, on life purpose. Can everyone still hear me? There's another little, can you hear me okay? Yeah, just a little warning here on Zoom coming up. So if you're only part way there, just say, okay, I want clarity on purpose. And you focus on that, okay? All right, so what I want you guys to do, well, 2 more people have joined us, hang on. Welcome. Okay. Just join here. All right. So what I want you guys to do is, if you've got shoes on, take your shoes off and have your feet flat on the ground to be really grounded, okay? And sit upright, okay? So your back, your chakras are straight. And then we're going to do this. So I want you to close your eyes. It's very important to keep your eyes closed here because the mind, the mental body is very active when we have our eyes open, and I want you to be in the feeling space, not in the mind space. And when we breathe, I need you to breathe through your mouths because I want you to be in your body. If you breathe through your nose, down your head. Okay? So we're going to do the unified chakra first, okay? All right, so I'd like you to breathe through your mouth and just breathe the ultraviolet light of the soul into the center of your heart, creating a glowing ball of light. Breathe the ultraviolet light of the soul into the center of your heart and expand and encompass the throat chakra and the solar plexus, forming one unified field of light within, through, and around your body. Breathe your awareness into the center of your heart and expand and encompass the brow chakra and the base chakra in one unified field of spherical light, of ultraviolet light. You're breathing, expanding out your chakras. Breathe the ultraviolet light to the center of the heart and expand and encompass the crown chakra and the base chakra, forming one unified field of light within, through, and around your body. Expanding into oneness. Breathe your awareness into the center of your heart and expand and encompass the astral, causal, and electromagnetic bodies, forming one unified field of light within, through, and around your body. Breathe your awareness into the center of the heart and expand and encompass the Alpha chakra, one hand length above the crown and slightly forward, and the Omega chakra, one hand length below the base of your spine, forming one unified field of light within, through, and around your body. And allow the waves of Metatron to vibrate between the Alpha and the Omega chakras, and to merge with the astral, causal, and electromagnetic bodies to create the kingdom. Breathe your awareness into the center of the heart and expand and encompass the 8th chakra, one hand length directly above the crown and your upper thighs, forming one unified field of light within, through, and around your body. And allow the emotional body to merge with the physical fields. Breathe your awareness into the center of the heart and expand and encompass the 9th chakra, 2 hand lengths above the head, above the crown and your lower thighs, forming one unified field of light within, through, and around your body. And allow the mental body to merge with the physical fields. Breathe your awareness into the center of your heart and expand and encompass the 10th chakra, 3 hand lengths above the head and the knees, forming one unified field of light within, through, and around your body, and allow the spiritual body to merge with the physical fields. Breathe your awareness into the center of your heart and expand and encompass the 11th chakra way above your head in your upper calves, forming one unified field of light within, through, and around your body, and allow the oversoul to merge with the throne. Breathe your awareness into the center of your heart and expand and encompass the 12th chakra way above your head in your lower calves, forming one unified field of light within, through, and around your body, and allow the Christ oversoul to merge with the throne. Breathe your awareness into the center of your heart and expand and encompass the 13th chakra way above your head and your feet, forming one unified field of light within, through, and around your body. Breathe your awareness into the center of your heart and expand and encompass the 14th chakra way above your head and way below your feet, forming one unified field of light within, through, and around your body, and allow Source to merge with the throne. Just breathe through your mouth, connected to the oneness of all that is, your multidimensional self. And feel how expanded you are. Feel how much vast you are than this body. For you now connected to oneness, and from this oneness we can draw to us whatever is in divine order at this time to manifest. So what I'd like you to do now, keeping your eyes closed, is to focus on the vision or the feeling or both of your manifestation, of your soul purpose if you wish, or it could be something else, or it could be clarity on soul purpose. Just spend a few minutes doing this now. Just how does it look and feel? As if it's already done. The ego mind may go, well, I don't know how to do that. It's not about that at all. Maybe you are a spark of the Creator. If you command it and it's meant to happen in divine order, it will happen in your life eventually. And hold that in your heart, how that feels. Feel it as if it's already done. You might be feeling happy, grateful, relieved, joyful, however it is for you. Just allow whatever comes up. Because real feeling is the feel for this process. Now gradually take that ball of energy in your heart, of that manifestation, that construct, and with your thought intention, move it down your chakras, down gradually so it ends up in your base chakra. in your creative center. Because now we're going to start to manifest it. Just do this now. You may feel your center of gravity drop a little bit as this manifestation moves down. Now I want you to unmute your microphones because we're gonna make the sound of the creator. We're gonna make the sound of ah, which is one of the sounds of the creator when we do this. And if we do it together, it's very powerful. It's only if you want to, but the more of us unmuted, the better. Okay. So now, keeping your eyes closed, we're going to make the sound ah. Then we're going to send the manifestation up from our base chakra up to our crown chakra to clear the pranic tube. So let's do this now. Ah. 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 Feel the energy building up. You do it for about 7 minutes, but we're going to go to the next phase now. We're going to do the same thing, go from the base chakra to the crown, but this time we're going to shoot it out the crown and we're going to connect to the multidimensional oneness of all that is, which you've connected to with the unified chakra. So you're sending your manifestation out with the same as your feel, or gratitude or whatever it is, whatever feels good. So let's do this. We're sending it out to oneness, base chakra to crown to oneness. Feel yourself expand. Fully one with everything. Positive emotion about this manifestation as you go Now we're going to do the third phase. We're going to go from same thing again, base to crown to oneness, but this time just allow yourself to open to the gratitude that this is already done. This is how you open to source. Already done. It's the third 7 minutes. Heart opening to source. Just relaxing. Yeah, just sit in. I'm just going to meet you guys now. Just sit in the energy of the oneness, keeping your eyes closed. It's very important so the mental body doesn't activate. Breathing through your mouth and just feel what is coming up emotionally. Yeah. Feel what is coming up. It's okay, whatever it is. All right. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to clear some of that red band of energy lower into the astral plane that blocks your connection to oneness. I'm going to clear the energy interference here now quietly. And just want you to be aware what happens. We're basically going to free you up of some of the energies which have been blocking your manifestation. So the first thing we're going to clear what we call earthbound souls, beings who have left the body but attached to you because you have similar issues. So we're going to do this quietly now. Feel the energy shift as allow these beings to left. You may feel literally things coming up in your body sometimes with this. Can you hear me, Luna? Okay. Thank you, angels, for your help and assistance with this. Now we're going to release extraterrestrial presences who like to check out what we're actually up to. We don't want to understand our emotions, so we're going to clear a bunch of them now. Nothing to worry about here. I'm going to clear them. Feel the energetic shift for that. Now we're going to release everything else which could be there. Discarnates, entities, and other attachments. Okay, all these beings are left now, so just feel the lightness in your body from this. Now what I want you to do is keep breathing into your body and just be aware whatever feelings are coming up in your body. I want you to breathe into whatever feeling is coming up. Even if you can't name it, just be aware of what it is, whatever that feeling is. Because we're going to clear this layer of whatever this energy is, emotional energy is, so you can move forward. And be aware of how that energy operates in your life. Without going into a big story in your mind. Set the intent of being aware where it comes from. Where did it originate from? It could be early in childhood, you may have a sense of past life. It could be some from other dimension. Let yourself open to all aspects of this feeling. Perhaps the ego's attachment to it. The feelings of being bad for having it. And all judgment around it. The more you can open to it, the more it can integrate and heal. This is where you're breathing your awareness, that blue lightning strike awareness, into the red issue, whatever the manifestation process has triggered for you. Keep breathing into it. Now I want you to all open your eyes and look on the screen. I'm sharing a page from the Divine Healing 1 manual. This is called a main low frequency program chart here. Here. And you're feeling the main low frequency program that got triggered by the manifestation process, which is actually blocking the process for you. So what I want you to do is switch your microphones on, and we're going to say this command code together. So you, as a spark of the Creator, if we collectively do this, is going to change a huge amount of this programming for you. So when you say this clear intent, everyone, I'm going to do bite-sized chunks, okay? So repeat after me. We are Saint Germain.
We are Saint Germain.
To pour the purple flame.
Pour the purple flame.
Through the aura.
Through the aura.
And subtle bodies.
Subtle bodies.
To burn away all low frequency energies.
To burn away all low frequency
energies
that we have discovered. So that new higher level vibrations can be accessed. Saint Germain and higher self.
Saint Germain and higher self.
Please burn out in one go.
Please burn out in one go.
100% the core issue.
100% the core issue.
Through all levels and dimensions.
Through all levels and dimensions.
So pause to let that happen. You may feel the energy shift. 100% the original cause.
100%
the original
cause.
cause.
Through all levels and dimensions.
Through all levels and dimensions.
100% the source of its power.
100% the source of its power.
Through all levels and dimensions.
Through all levels and dimensions.
100% all energy attached.
100% all energy attached.
Through all levels and dimensions.
Through all levels and dimensions.
100% all of its effects.
100% of all of its effects.
Through all levels and dimensions.
Through all levels and dimensions.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's very important in divine healing. Gratitude opens you up even more. Just keeping your eyes closed and just feel the shift. So that's that layer of that program gone. So now what we're going to do is we're going to clear any past life programming which is in the way of your manifestation. We're going to adjust this past life. This is a past life death. Come up, start here. We're going to adjust it. Okay, so I want you to, with your intention, divine healing with that intention, focus on any past life files that have been triggered in your energy fields, which are designed to stop this manifestation occurring, okay? Close your eyes and just feel on the intention, they'll just come up for you. Yes, Simone, if you don't believe in any saints, you can substitute the source. You can go with whatever is right for your belief systems here, okay? That's fine. All right, so get a sense of how many lifetimes are involved. I've actually got 8 in the way of my manifestation. And the other thing, it's really important not to tell anyone what your manifestation is, to keep it private and sacred. Because if you tell someone what it is, it breaks the energy. And it's ego wanting to show off usually. So you must keep it private, okay? All right. So just breathe into those past lives. And we're going to play with some bite-sized chunks to clear them. Clear these files out of your fields because they got triggered by the manifestation. After me, higher self.
Higher self.
Please clear, heal, and integrate.
Please clear, heal, and integrate.
All these files and memories.
All these files and memories.
Including all cellular memories.
Including all cellular memories.
DNA.
DNA.
And the subatomic levels.
The subatomic levels.
I am now ready.
I am now ready.
To heal all traumatic past lives.
To heal all traumatic past lives.
For blocking my manifestation.
Blocking my manifestation.
At all levels and dimensions.
All levels and dimensions.
All time frames.
All time frames.
Realities.
And universes.
Okay, just pause here and allow that energy to happen. It'll sort of feel busy for a little bit. Okay, it's calming down now. Next one. I command that any soul fragments.
I command that any soul fragments.
Held with these memories.
Held with these memories.
Are now returned to me.
Are now returned to me fully.
Fully whole and intact. As appropriate.
As appropriate.
I welcome these soul fragments back.
I welcome these soul fragments back.
Okay, just pause there. Let that happen. Your parts of us get broken off at a soul level when we go through traumatic experiences. And so we have to claim them back to become whole again. I command that the whole holographic matrix be repaired through all layers and levels, and then brought into full alignment
And then brought into full alignment,
integration,
Integration.
and balance,
and balance,
to allow for wholeness to emerge.
allowing wholeness to emerge.
The holographic matrix is your entire you, your programs, and your entire reality. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So embrace the shift. So keeping your eyes closed, just let that happen. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to infuse a bit of energetic nutrition. We've been clearing using main low frequency interference, main low frequency programs, and past lives around blocks to the manifestation. And we use in divine healing energetic nutrition, pure frequency, to integrate this, because what we're doing is dismantling the ego rapidly. And so it needs a bit of help energetically with nutrition to balance us out, to integrate what we've just cleared. So what we have a command code here we're going to use, but what I want you to do is that we're looking at amino acids, essential fatty acids, A and B. You don't have to know what they mean. And we're also looking at minerals and vitamins here. So what I'm going to do is scan through this slowly, and one of these is going to jump off the page at you. So just take a note of what that is, even just a mental note. That'll be the frequency you're actually going to see. Right, I'll just go down here a little bit. I'll go up and down a few times, okay? This is page here. Pick one off. Could be one on this page. Don't think about it too much. Okay. And you don't have to know how it works either. Because divine healing is all about intention here. Okay, those are the amino acids. Down to the last one again. That's small. I got vitamin A, that's what I got. Okay, everyone got one? Anyone not got one, let me know. Okay, so microphone's on, and we're going to do this command code here to infuse that. So this because you set your intention, it's gone into what we call the divine healing stack, an energetic stack, which is actually going to run for you. So just repeat our higher self.
Higher
self.
Please encode this nutrient
Please encode this nutrient
in the perfect balance
in perfect balance
that is required
That is
required
and clear and align
and clear and align
all pathways,
pathways,
maximum assimilation,
maximum assimilation,
absorption,
absorption,
and utilization.
and
utilization.
So keeping your eyes closed,
Thank you.
feel that shift now. You feel the system sort of integrate and start to calm down. I'm feeling I'm grounding a bit more as a result of this frequency going into me. And it bypasses the ego mind completely. It's defense mechanisms because it's a pure frequency. Just let that settle. And just breathe in. Become aware of how you're feeling now. You've cleared a lot of these barriers to your manifestation. Okay, you can open your eyes now. So just like I had a little feedback on how that is. How was that process?
It was great.
So who wants to speak first? Just who was that? Say your name first.
Seda. It was Seda. Sorry.
Yep. Do you want to
Sorry.
switch video on, Seda?
Yep. You're right. Yeah, I really felt a difference with the past life. I felt something lift off my chest. I guess I felt my body sort of my chest rose out. So I felt the big shift in the past life section.
Okay. Good. Right, so you're going to be a little closer to manifesting whatever it is you want to manifest. You can watch this video again and keep working on it, and gradually you'll clear enough stuff.
Awesome. That was awesome. Yeah, thank you.
All right, who wants to go next?
Hi, Will.
Okay, Paula.
Yeah, no, it was brilliant. I just felt it was exactly what I needed. Came at the right time. Brilliant. Definitely feel lighter.
Okay, good. So the lightness is permanent.
Yeah.
But what will happen is other layers of the onion will present themselves later on to be cleared as well.
Do they ever stop?
Pretty much no. They just get easier with time.
There's always just another layer.
There's always another layer.
It gets easier though.
It does get easier. It's the nature of being human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right. Who else wants to share how that was? You can put it in the chat if you want. Okay, Aluna. You have to switch on the microphone.
Yeah. I do feel lighter.
Yeah.
I felt a shift a couple of times.
Yeah.
It was lovely. Thank you.
Okay, good. Anyone else want to share how that was? Okay, Regina.
This is actually the second time I've participated in this, and the first time it was huge. Felt something in the past lives. This time I felt more on the nutrients. I felt lighter after that, and I felt the hot and cold thing happened right at the beginning when I plugged in. So it was that's the same. But it feels really good, like I'm closer and more clear. I do have more clarity. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Hi, Catherine. And do you want to share what you wrote me here, or should I just read it out?
Yeah, I just I feel lighter, and yeah, I had lots of tingling going on through my body. So great, thank you.
Okay. Simona, are you going to talk
this
about?
is.
Oh, who's that?
Yeah.
This is Ishmael.
Okay, we'll go Simona then Ishmael. Okay.
Okay.
It was very intense for me, especially regarding this particular life and everything, the whole programming since childhood. So this was it was neat, very tingling and energy rushes and vibrations. So thank you for that. And I also have a question. At what frequency should these clearings be done, just to let our system integrate it and kind of settle down?
What do you mean by frequency?
So how often?
Okay. Whenever you feel the urge, I do manifestation 2 or 3 times a week at least to create whatever I want, what I desire. Okay. The best time is at sunrise and sunset. But if it's sunrise, I'll put a command code on the YouTube description. Basically, you ask Mother, Father, God, can I have a time shift to sunrise at this location at 5:30 a.m., which is where it is now, because it might be a bit too difficult to get up that early. So you can shift the energy to the time you want to actually make it happen. So it's when you have the time and feel the urge, yeah. And if you're going to do the manifestation, do the same thing consistently for a couple of weeks, because then you're building up the energy. Don't chop and change them all the time. and then change to another one, the next one you want to manifest, and watch what happens. But the most important thing is to clear the issues coming up, which is what divine healing is for. So,
Okay.
it gets easier and easier. I've been doing it for about 14 years, and my life's got a lot easier. Life was very challenging for a very long time.
I'll try that. Thank you.
Before I had divine healing. Ishmael.
Yes, it was a very interesting feeling. I felt an elevated amount of energy from my chest all the way up to my head.
Yeah.
And I felt a large relief of, I just feel lighter. And I just want to thank you very much for the session. And I have a question.
Yeah.
The actual prayer, the Saint Germain prayer and the other, is that for purchase, or is that for purchase?
Well, what you're seeing is the divine healing manual, which comes from a 4-day training we run about 3 times a year. So if you come on the training, I'll talk about that a bit later, then you get the manual, and you actually get all 26 charts in divine healing to help clear the issues or whatever emotional issues in your onion you're running. Okay.
Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
The manual itself is not available by itself because you need to have the training to actually be able to learn how to use it. So.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. Okay, great. So it's on the website.
I'll talk about that. I'll talk about it in just a minute. I just want to get more feedback. So Emma has said, profound light, all-consuming, so bright. Feel connected to source again, which was amazing. I still feel very drained, past lies. My eyes were flickering, sole purpose, all in place. It was just around the corner. Missed the vitamin as eyes were very heavy, but feel very light. Thank you, amazing. So if you feel very tired after this, it's the life force being freed up that was holding the program and you just released. That's what is actually going on there. So fatigue comes out of the body as you clear programs. Okay. Any other feedback? Lynn, were you going to say anything, or you happy just to?
Me?
Yeah.
Sure. So I felt as we were releasing the program, I felt it on my head, like the energy kind of on the right side of my head, and felt that releasing out. And it made a lot of sense to me. It was very kind of insightful of what my block has been. One of them. So yeah, that was amazing. And the whole meditation was beautiful, and I thank you.
Okay. All right, let me talk a little bit more about divine healing in terms of clearing blocks. Okay. Just got to find the manual for you guys. Where's it gone? Yes. So the way divine healing works is that it's based on asking, you shall receive. And there are...
Excuse me.
Ishmael?
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I'm not sure I can really hear. I have my volume all the way up, and the volume is kind of low.
Hang on. Okay, can you hear me there, Ishmael?
I can hear you, but it's still kind of low.
Okay, let me just pause this here. Let me just check it. What's happening with the volume? Can you other guys hear me okay?
Yes, we're fine. Yep.
Yes, I think it may be your internet connection, Ishmael.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try and move closer to the microphone, get it as loud as I can, okay? So.
Okay, great. No problem.
Yeah, so where was I? Yeah. So divine healing, this Master Ketu Ascension that Almira, Ariel, Hilaire, and Shakira and Mary here developed in 2006, is designed to peel that ego onion and empower yourself to take back control of your life. This is a 12-strand DNA, and it represents the clearing of all your programming. and it consists of 26 charts here, which we teach over 4 days on Zoom, where I demonstrate how each chart works. You can see some of the ones we do. We do mana, frequency, programs, nutrition, past lives, and interference. And I teach it by explaining the charts. Then I do a demo, and then, I do a demo in the whole class if it's a simple chart. If it's a complex chart, I do a demo on a client, or one of the students of the class. Then you go into Zoom breakout rooms for digital privacy, and you practice on each other, giving and receiving the treatments. So basically you get to give and receive all these charts to each other over 4 days. It runs 12:30 to 8:30 UK time. So it's 7:30 to 3:30 Eastern time. So you get a massive healing intensive, and every chart that is run in the course, you get the healing, even if you weren't involved in that particular healing. Plus you learn to be able to do this work on yourself and on others. So I use this work since 2006 to peel my ego onion, to get me to the point where my life has completely changed, where I had a best-selling book, got on Gaia, and reached a lot of people, still reaching a lot of people with my work. And I thought I would never be able to do that. I used to be barely making a living as a therapist, but I use this to really clear a lot of my programs. I kept focusing on where I wanted to go, just like I've taught you today, and cleared whatever came up on the way. So this is the key to creating what you desire, is to basically clear the programming and stay focused on where you want to go. Okay, it's a really important thing. It does take time. There aren't any shortcuts, and you need to do the work. Okay, it's the way it works, no matter what anyone may tell you. There are no shortcuts. If you don't do your work, you don't get the goodies in the end of life. It does take time. So it's the truth for you there. So just talk a bit more about how that works. So Ishmael, you're asking, how do you get hold of the manual? Okay, here's how you get hold of it. So it's based on asking, you shall receive divine healing. So essentially, if you're interested in learning how to do this, here's how we do it. And if you're interested in becoming more fulfilled so you can deliver your gift of service, divine healing runs from the 25th to the 28th of June, online on Zoom. These are the times here. We try to cover from the Pacific here, California, 4:30 start. It's better than flying. People used to fly for this course, out to Eastern Europe. Okay. If you're interested in coming on the course, okay, the deposit is 166 UK pounds, about 225 US dollars, or 490 pounds in total. That includes the deposit, or about 663 US dollars. So basically you end up with a tool, which only costs about 5.5 hours of my private session time, where you can clear your ego onion and take back your life and become empowered to create whatever you desire. So if you're interested in that, find out more at divinehealingtraining.com. It has a lot more detail on it, okay? So, any questions? I'm just trying to stick to our time budget here. Anyone got any questions about that? I'll put it in the chat. Everyone's clear on that? Okay, so there's one other. Oh, it's a question. Who's that? Ishmael.
Yes. So what website I could find it on?
The divinehealingtraining.com.
Okay, divinehealingtraining.com.
Yeah, it'll
okay.
be. I'll send you all a link to the YouTube video, and it'll have the links to find out more about the training. Okay.
Okay, great.
It'll probably be on next week, early next week.
Okay, thank you.
So the way the course runs is it's usually 4 1.5-hour sessions spread over the 8-hour day. Okay, so you get 20-minute breaks, and you get about 1.25 hours for a meal break. All right. But I want to teach you now. And if there are no more questions, I want to teach you the other half of the manifestation process. Okay, which is pretty straightforward. So at sunset, we at the shift from light to dark, okay, we do a gratitude meditation. And this can be gratitude for whatever it is you feel most grateful for that day. It doesn't have to be related to the thing you did in the morning. So what you're essentially doing is opening source. Yeah. Okay. And I found had some interesting experiences just doing gratitude alone, really created some really good stuff in life. Okay, so we're going to do the same 3 phases. Normally it's 3 lots of, it's meant to be over 20 minutes, so 3 lots of 7 minutes. So you want to use a stopwatch, or a countdown time is best, or your phone, but that means you have to look at it. But if you have a digital watch, you don't actually have to look at it when you use a countdown timer. The first phase is where we breathe. We use the sound of Om, and we breathe from the base to the crown for 7 minutes, expressing gratitude or feeling gratitude. In the second 7 minutes is base to crown to oneness, expressing gratitude to oneness. And the third one is using the sound of Shalom from base to crown to oneness, expressing gratitude. So we're just going to do a couple of minutes of each one, just so you get a feel for it. And again, if you can't hit sunset, you can say, Mother, Father, God, I come on a time shift to sunset today, 8:30 a.m., p.m. in my case, probably. But that'll all be on the YouTube description, okay? So I'd like you guys to switch on the mics, okay? And close your eyes, same as before. I'd like you to, the more Oms we can hear, the better, okay? So I just want you to breathe through your mouth, breathe into that unified feel you created before. Stand out to oneness again. And then start to go from just start to say, chant, Om. And you're bringing the Om from the base to the crown. Om, and feeling gratitude for whatever. Go from base to crown to oneness with your gratitude, with your Om. Oh, 6. Now we're going to go Shalom from the base chakra to the crown to oneness. Still feeling gratitude for what the good things that happened today, or one good thing. Shalom.
Hello.
Shalom.
Shalom. Shalom.
Sound you make. Shalom. Shalom. long. Show it down. Just see how that feels. So 2 manifestation processes, morning and evening. If you do that regularly, good stuff will start to happen and clear the issues that come up as you do it. Anyone want to give me brief feedback on that last one before we finish?
Just feel lighter, Theta.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Anyone else? I'll put it on the chat if necessary. Karen, you going to chat to me?
I just feel that all the energy just shifted. It was beautiful. So thank you so much.
Yeah, because you're in the sound of God, the frequency of God when we do this stuff. Anyone else? Okay, Emma said she felt wonderful to give thanks. Okay. Lynn, do you want to share anything?
Of course, yeah. Feels wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah. Catherine, do you want to share anything?
I was just wondering, do you just connect from the root all the way through all the chakras to the crown, or just the root to the crown?
Who's speaking?
Alex.
Alex. Okay, it's the root to the crown and then to oneness.
Oneness.
Yeah.
You bringing in the energy of gratitude the entire time, right?
Yeah, gratitude.
Consciously attending with gratitude energy.
Yes, gratitude the whole way, yeah. Don't worry about the intermediate chakras, or you're going to get too confused trying to make sure you hit every one of them. Just focus going through the pranic tube, keep it simple.
Connecting to the heart, the openness of the heart, of course.
Yeah, you can do that if you like. Yeah. Any final comments before we finish, people? Thank you for all coming and engaging.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So it'll just try it again.
Very grateful.
And just enjoy this because it does work. All right. All right.
And we can find this recording. Are you going to send us a recording, or?
I'll send you all an email of the recording probably early next week once I've processed it. So it'll have the link for the recording and information on the training if you're interested as well.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Nice meeting you all.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.